Hello everyone, my name's Robert and you're watching Newcastle United's Life and Times YouTube channel.
And I'm Paul Anderson.
And welcome to today's show, everyone. And today we have Alan Houghton, a good friend of ours, on the show. Alan was on Friday and he's promised to come back today to do a bit match reaction. So lads, disappointing result last night. I won't waste any time. And Paul, do you want to take it away?
Well, I had high hopes before the match, didn't we? Even though we're playing the champions, just with the players they had missing and that, didn't it? But once it started, you just thought, oh, yeah, we're going to get the ball, yeah. For the first half an hour, they were just knocking it back and knocking it here and there. And I think the press just didn't work, did it? They weren't pressing like they normally do. Once we got the ball, we're just generally giving it back to them, which is what you can't do against the champions. When you've got it, you've got to keep it. But last night still showed to me that there's a little bit of a gap, isn't it? You know, I think we've still got a bit to go, and they're the benchmark. Like, they're a really, really good side. Like,
I mean, what really disappointed me was, especially in the first half, how easily we surrendered the ball to them. Well, passing was off, and I think too many players were well below par. Alan, what was your take on the game?
I'm seeing it as a bit of a positive, lads. You know, not long ago, we used to go, gonna go in the Etihad and get absolutely twatted. You know what I mean? You know, and now we weren't like the same Newcastle United as we usually are, but I think we give a good account of ourselves against the European champions, and that Paul is right. They're all the benchmark.
Oh, 100%.
Hey, I think been to see positives from it. We move on. The gap between them and us, we're closing on them, and that's the main thing. We're closing on them, and also I'll put my neck on the lines here. I think it'll be a different result at St James's Park later in the season.
Definitely. Well, I think the positive last night was we defended really well. I thought, like, the defence, Botman and Shaw at the back, they were good. Like, I thought
it was just that one lapse, Paul. It was just that one lapse. What cost we?
Joe Linton just lost
time.
You've got to track the runners against Man City. Foden, I mean, Burn was dragged over, Botman was dragged over, and there was just a pass there. Alvarez, and he just slot. It was a good finish, but will Pope be a bit disappointed, do you think? I don't think he jumped as high as he didn't seem to spring up, did he?
He could have handled it.
I know, but if you watch it back, I think he'd be a little bit disappointed.
I mean, you touched on Phil Foden just there, Paul. I mean, how good was he last night? He was absolutely world class, wasn't he? He was tremendous.
Phil Foden was the difference between the two sides. I mean, he just gets in that little pocket, doesn't he? And he turns all the time with the ball. It's that little touch, and he's in, and he's little through balls. He's taking the De Bruyne role, and he's going to play in the middle. Isn't he? But he's better in the middle. You should play him in the middle for England.
Yeah. Definitely. Well, unfortunately, I haven't got Gareth's phone number, so you might watch the show and you might take that advice. I don't know.
It's the same bloke who picks Harry Maguire every time, you know. So I didn't rate Gareth Southgate one bit, to be honest.
I rang Gareth last week and said didn't pick Maguire again, so we'll see if he gets back with us.
But you just touched on it before, and I mean, it's no disgrace going there getting beat 1-0. I mean, let's be honest, they're not European champions for nothing, are they? You know.
Well, I said I'll take the point in the previous show. I said I'll take the point now. I would be over the moon with the point going into Liverpool.
I'm not taking anything away from Man City because they were good. The passing was great. They dictated the pace, but our passing it was definitely off in the first half. It was, I mean, everyone could see that, and it was quite frustrating. I was getting quite frustrated because I thought, yeah, man, I'm not taking anything away from Man City because they were brilliant last night, but we're better than that.
Oh, definitely, and I think we'll show that against Liverpool. We've got to bounce back now, haven't it? It's how you bounce back after a defeat that matters,
Yeah.
And I think, you know, it's like Alan says before, like previous seasons, we've went there and got battered.
Definitely.
You know, 1-0's not a bad result against the champions, I suppose, but it's how you bounce back next week, isn't it? And I watched them defend Esther Liverpool and definitely get at that back four.
I thought Shaw, however you people want to pronounce his name, and Botman, I thought they handled Haaland very well last night. Very well.
Yeah, limited chances, wasn't it, for him?
We've done a lot. We've done to Haaland, but a lot of teams have not accomplished. We stifled him last night.
Mm-hmm.
And look how many goals he got last season.
Well, the last twice he's failed to score the ad he had in 90 minutes has both been against us. There's another stat for you, Rob.
But Rob doesn't do stats.
Nah. Well, I tend not to look too much into stats. But that's just me. That's just me. I mean, listen, I think we can all agree there'll be a lot of teams go to the Etihad this season and they'll get thumped. There's no question of that. There's no doubt about that in my mind. They'll get thumped.
Well, look at last season when they had that title decide against Arsenal. I think it was at 4-1 or something that blew them off the park.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I suppose you can take out of it at the end of the day, we got beat 1-0. Yeah, our performance wasn't terrific, but 1-0, it's not the end of the world, and we'll move on to 5:30 next Sunday to Liverpool, which you'll be in attendance for. Is it half 4?
You're watching it abroad with them times.
Oh, I'll have to change the battery in this watch.
Just a touch up on, lads. Just a touch up on. What did you make of Bruno yesterday? Do you think he went missing?
Oh, and the midfield weren't the best, were they? But Bruno's definitely, he hasn't been on it since the end of last season, hasn't he? When he's carrying that injury,
I think he has little spurts. He has little spurts where you think, oh yeah, and then I thought Joe Linton didn't particularly have a good first half.
No. You looked injured from the start, Rob. I didn't think you
didn't look yourself. Yeah, I agree, Paul. You just didn't look yourself. Bruno, I don't know. It's quite hard to gauge players when they're playing Man City. It is, because Man City are that good.
Mm-hmm.
So you're allowed to have to appear to have an off day against Man City, because they will make you look like that, because they technically and organised, that's how good they are. So
do you think they've done that to Miggy? Do you think it was just a bad day at the office for Miggy or not? Because he didn't seem to be. He's had some criticism online this morning. I've seen off.
Well, yes, I know.
It was just his final ball, Alan, wasn't it? It was he did enough running, and his approach play was all right, but it was his final ball. He can't get his head up. He just seems to run with his head down.
Well, Trippier was foreman with the money, but he didn't put him in, So I think we all were, it was like possibility ball. But look, it's gone now. The game's gone. We'll just touch on this. We'll move on to Liverpool next Sunday, 4:30. Are you sure? I thought it was a 5:30 kick-off. Never mind.
No, 4:30.
So, Paul, you will be in attendance at the game, and I think the defeat of Man City last night, do you think that'll rev the players up for next weekend to go out there and get the job done?
Well, I think when we're at home, Rob, it's a different story, isn't it? Like, we'll blow teams away. I mean, I know the front six is good, but if you get past that, I watched them yesterday, and that defending, we've got to get at them, like. Just a fast start and get that early goal that we didn't last season against them. Because I think they will score next week. I think they'll definitely score next week, because they'll score in every game, I think, Liverpool. But you've got to get them defensively, like.
Mm-hmm. Right. An interesting thing emerged over the weekend about the Adidas sponsorship deal. Amazon accidentally releasing episode 3 and 4 of the documentary. What the hell was going on there? I think we may have a Newcastle fan working for Amazon. Who knows? It may all be revealed. Do you want to take it away, Paul?
I didn't even get a chance to watch them. It was on Twitter. I said, they're up.
I watched episode 3.
Half an hour later, they were down. They were up, they were down. They were doing the hokey cokey. They were back off again.
But they weren't putting their left foot in, though, I bet you, were they?
No, they weren't. And then apparently from episode 4, they revealed that Adidas is the new sponsor, and that we're going to find out on the 1st of September. And apparently it's worth hundreds of millions of pounds.
Yeah. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Aye.
Well, I'm not the biggest fan of Castor, like, being a a bigger fan myself. I hate Castor. They can't keep up with orders. The sizes are way out. But previously, when we've had Adidas on board, the kits have been quality. So I'm really welcoming the news that Adidas are taking over. Like,
how tall?
Sorry, Rob. There's going to be something else about stadium. Adidas are going to have something to do with the stadium sponsorship as well, I heard. So it could be more money that way.
Yeah. So the how tall are you, Alan? 6'7".
6'7".
Aye, and he's huge.
So getting a shirt. So in shirt size, what are you, like extra large?
Yes. Yes, 3X. I'm usually 3XL, but last season I got the Saudi one, like the green and white one, and I had to have 5XL for the fitting because it's absolutely atrocious, the fittings on Castor.
What the hell? Do they even do that?
They are.
Yeah, mate.
10 size.
Well, hopefully the Adidas one, you'll get one that just fits you now. Having said that though, Alan, it may be, and don't take this the wrong way, it may be just too many beers around the waistline. It's a bit tight. maybe.
Well, Rob, I do indulge now and again.
What's he getting at?
I don't know.
No, I'm just saying. I mean, it's funny how some tops, isn't it? Because you can get a large in, like over the years, you can get a large in like the A6 top, perfect. Then you get a large in another branded top and it's a bit tight or a bit baggy or something, So, I mean, if all this pan out with Adidas deal, that's great for us. That is great.
And see the first Adidas one next season. I know they're saying like Stella McCartney's designing it with them.
Yes, I read that. Yes, yeah.
I think next season they're going to do that purple and blue one. The stripy one. What and cheer on them. I think that could be the one.
The 96 one, the away one. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that could be the. No, that was the Adidas one.
Mm-hmm.
That was the Adidas one. Was it 95, 96? Yeah. So I think that'll be the new one. I think away kit. I can't wait.
Did you just watch episode 3 of the documentary?
Episode 2, Rob.
No, we had a chance to see it, Rob.
No, we did the 3 one. No, I didn't get a chance.
Oh, well, I managed to grab. I won't give anything away for people that haven't seen it, but I watched the episode 3, and again, it's just brilliant, excellent. So I thought, right, I might as well watch episode 4 now. So I was all revved up, ready to go. And I'm thinking, what's the matter with my computer? What's going on? Yeah, and then comes out, they've took it down. What do you think happened there then? Because that's some bloody balls up, that, isn't it?
Well, it was leaked, wasn't it? I don't think they realised that. Well, they must have realised that they were announcing Adidas in the 4th episode, and someone's kicked their arse, haven't they? Something's happened like that because it was all over Twitter that we're getting Adidas, and then it was took down.
Well, apparently it's released worldwide now, isn't it? On Amazon, because I think it was before episode 1 and 2. I think it was like restricted in certain countries, wasn't it? Because I think I'm sure I had some people I know over in the States, they couldn't get it, so hopefully they'll be able to watch it now. So yes, all good. So I mean, it's Sunday. What time are we on now? It's 3:20 on Sunday. Just quickly, what's your views on the way the footballs went over the weekend? I'm glad Spurs twatted Man United yesterday 2-0. Beautiful. It's always nice to see them get a good Aiden.
Oh no.
You know my feelings on Man United. I'm never going to change. That's how it is.
And I love them, Rob, but
To be honest with you, I think that feeling's probably mutual amongst most Geordies. Would you agree? I think so.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, look, I watched most of the Spurs game yesterday, and they were actually better without Harry Kane.
He's definitely playing well, like that new manager, and he's definitely playing better than he were last season. The boy might only beat them 5-1 this season. Then.
So yeah, we'll just wait and see how it pans out, and we'll move on to next weekend to Liverpool. And by but you can't wait again, Paul, can you? I hope you're going to give Klopp some stick, mine son. Eh?
Oh, he'd definitely be able to hear us.
Oh, you've got to give him some stick.
I can see he'd probably have earache from the dugout, but it'll be toothache on him.
Probably.
Toothache, I tell you what, like, he has got some lashes on him, mine, hasn't he?
He'll have to go in the side exit to get in. I think I'm not get through the main doors with them.
Yeah, I mean, but you know what it is? It's disappointing with Klopp, right? Because what he had achieved at Liverpool, great things, but lately he's just turned into a proper prick, hasn't he?
Well, it's when you get close to them, Robert. He was praising me when we were near the bottom, saying, "Oh, the atmosphere was great, though. You know, I can't believe the way they played for a team at the bottom." As soon as you get up next to them, it's like, "Oh, you know, the Saudis have got this and that, and how many minutes are they playing in the game and that." He's just turned into one of these, isn't he?
Yeah. Oh, it's. I think when people go on like that, you know you're getting to them, don't you? You know that sort of like you're ruffling their feathers. So I look at that and I just think, well, if he's acting like that, same with Fergie. You know, we're obviously getting under their skin, so long may it continue. You know.
Yeah.
It's, so, is there anything else you want to touch on, lads?
No, covered everything.
I know you're currently at a barbecue, Alan, and you've sneaked off into some random room in the house somewhere.
I know.
People will be thinking you've pissed off, man.
Well, I've got to shoot now, boys.
Aye.
Aye.
So, right, is that right?
Friday,
Then, so
Friday, we're going to do Friday.
we'll do the Liverpool preview show, and don't forget to like the channel and subscribe, folks. It's much appreciated. And I think that's it, guys, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right, and we'll see you on Friday with the Liverpool pre-match show. And until then, from me, Rob Britt, everyone take care.
See you later, boy.
See you later, guys. Ta-ra.
Yeah.